And when eventually this, we need to rethink our contract initiation, development, and awarding process, number one. Secondly, we also need to have a mechanism, very strong mechanism in place for project monitoring and evaluation, which will have professionals, very diverse mix of professionals, not just engineers. You know, they will tell you if you are constructing a road, what you need is engineers to take. Yes, you need an engineer. You need a cost management expert to be part of that team. You need an integrity expert to be part of that team. There are a lot of people that need to be there.
A geologist,
surveyor, all those things should be part of that team. So sorry, when they go to that point, everybody will be checking. You said this thing will cost 100 naira to do. You've done this. Does it mean we have spent such amount of money? I'll write my report as a cost management expert. You as an engineer will check the integrity of the road and know whether it's within the specification. The geologist will check whether the soil, the treatment that is required to be done, we are right. And if people realizes that these things are being checked, you find out that they will do better. And as Ebagus said earlier on, the judiciary also should live up to the expectation. It's not just about investigations. And let me tell you, I'm saying it on air, the NDDC probe will die a natural death. Because you can see it's getting a lot of people involved. The National Assembly is not involved. Some governors, past governors are involved. The presidency definitely may be involved in the end when we start unveiling all these things. So when it gets to that point, what happened to the probe of the power sector will eventually happen. It will die. And you see, Nigeria is Chibanozo. They will bring a new matter that will swallow this one. And we, as the citizens, will go to bed. So when the process is right, with the right people, and with the right mechanisms, we'll stop what is happening.
Bubago Kafo, how much influence do you think the politics of this country has had on the operations of things like how contracts are awarded? Because I'm sure you've been listening to the analysis, and it does appear that the things we're hearing are very, very mind-boggling. Talk to us about the effect of the politics and the politicians on the issues of contract awards in Nigeria.
Now, let me tell you. Before the politicians will come to interfere in contract award, the chief executive will primarily inform the politician. This is how it is done. Let me give you an instance as Chinguba has said. During Chimaroke, there was a project implementation committee, but in this government, both at federal and state levels, the project implementation has gone into oblivion. Now, if this is the National Assembly, let me give you an instance. And Chumuba is from any ministry, and I am the Speaker of the House or the Chairman of the House Committee on Budget, or what they call
public procurement.
Good. Chumuba will come with a proposal. Everybody will see it. The House will say, let us go for a break, and call Chumuba. In this proposal, which one is for me? Which one are you saying, give me a sugar? Which one do you like? Then the politician will say, I will take this one and take that one. He say, you will nominate the contractor. This is where politics come in. Immediately they agree on that. The House will come and do okay what Chinwike has just proposed. And the politician will bring a contractor, few, out of the humongous budget that was proposed. So this thing will blind the politician from seeing what the chief executive want to do. And this is what happened in every segment of our society today. So the implication is that the whole system is corrupt. So you see what happened in NDDC is a very good one for Nigerians. It cannot go, I disagree with my brother. Though, but his position is as a result of frustration of the past. When this inside the Web Power project were investigated, $16 billion was discovered to have been missing, and up to today it has gone like that. But the case of NDDC, it was very good. Because when Ababio was coming to testify, he was less prepared of the questions. But when this man began to took him here and there, he said, these contracts were given to you. Some of your chairmen, the former, the latter. And the government began to hit, stop, stop. And you know, Ababio in his usual way, immediately he kickstarted his tongue. He began to roll. Blah, 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 and he named all of them. And in furtherance of it, more names has been published as people behind the NDDC. You see, a situation we have 12,000 unexecuted contracts. But the payment has been concluded. Imagine where all these things have been done in Nigeria or in the Niger Delta. People. And some of the pains is that people from that region benefited from the fraud against their people. So the system is so politicians are doing their own, but the chief executives that are there, as Chimuba has said, when somebody wants to be known, they may not do the right thing, they will not be strict on integrity test. So that is why if the chief executive there were right, if they have been determined to do, they will stop. You know, when something, if you don't stop a thing, the thing will continue to become a system. In Nigeria, what we have in Nigeria before was looting, looting, and looting. But what we are having today is the relooting, and in Nigeria, you see all this English coming up. It has not been there before. Relooting. When the EFCC is supposed to be investigating the NDDC now, the EFCC is under investigation. The National Assembly that is now conducting forensic examination of why the president said we want to know why all these billions in the Niger Delta and nothing is being seen to be done. And that was when the National Assembly, they were stripped, you know, in the open, and they began to defend. They said the truth of the matter is that the solution as Alex Act is that all the men, there used to be a time when the government would say the Judicial Commission of Inquiry. But sometimes when you set up these committees and commissions, they will be influenced by the political class or by the system itself. So if an inquiry is designated for NDDC and all the people that are involved are prosecuted and sent to jail and retrieve all the money, because, and I wonder, that's why I keep on questioning, why should a senator, why should the House of Reps member be going with 16, 20 policemen protecting him? Only one person. And some of this money that we are missing may be in their pocket, and everybody around him may have benefited here or there. So the government was supposed to pay more attention on the people of this country more than the persons, more than the politicians. So the politicians have so much badly influenced our system, but the chief executive, the technocrats, have done worse than we think. Ordinarily, nobody would have thought that EFCC, that is the watchdog, will turn to be a gang, a nest of gangs, where you recover money, it will be relooted in the system. It's very bad. The same thing is applicable to the judiciary. We don't want to, people have lost confidence in Nigerian judiciary. Only little confidence is being paid. But when you go to the judiciary, expecting to get, ordinarily, there are so many corrupt allegations, even in this state. You will hear about the allegation. If you raise an allegation, you will only conclude in enriching the people that are investigating the matter. Because if Alex reports a bag that the bag stole 2 billion, and Chinguba and this other guy were brought in to investigate me, and after investigation, I gave them 300 million naira to transport home. Do you think that they will be fair enough? So when you are raising an allegation of corruption, you are enriching the anti-corruption agencies. That is the implication. Right. And to an extent, the judiciary. You know, a lot of things has gone wrong in this country, and we needed political will.
You have also aligned with me when I said this whole probe will just be the same. What? Because the issue is that even if the report comes out and indict these people, yes, the worst that will happen will be that the interim management of NDDC will be sacked. Maybe the minister will be sacked. The members of the National Assembly, even if you take them to court, they have enough money to influence the judiciary, and this case will linger for years. The current administration will leave office, and the matter will go.
And another administration that may be sympathetic with the accused person will come in.
All right. That's what I'm telling you now.
Okay, then. This is Political Voices on 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM. This morning, we're taking a look at the politicization of contracts in Nigeria, a case study of the NDDC. And in the studio this morning with me is Dr. Chimukoba. He's the Chairman Board of Trustees, Amaka Chimukoba Foundation. He's an economist and a public policy analyst. Also here with us is Mr. Ebubago Felix Okafor. He's the state coordinator, APC National Coalition for Peace and Mobilization. He's also a commentator, strong commentator on national and local issues, I dare say. And this morning we are live on our 3 platforms as usual. A little delay, but we are all live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Do well to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Dream TV Enugu, so you can and turn on notification to get the prompts for our live videos. And you can drop your comments there too. Detail for Facebook, 925 Dream FM, and our Twitter handle is Dream925FM. You can call the studio lines or send us a WhatsApp message on 0902-0020925 or 0809-8888-925. Let's hear what you think about our discussion this morning. Hello, good morning. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your name and location?
This is Barnabas Ernest calling from Suga.
Barnabas, you're welcome.
Alex, to tell you the fact, the type of police that our politicians are running in this country is nothing to write home about. They are politicizing everything. And due process are not followed. The capable hands are not allowed to come. They only look for the way they are going to go out of deep holes. They will be politicizing even lives. And I just pray that this country, a day will get it right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call. And we'll try another line now. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning to you. What's your name and location?
Hello, Alex, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
My name is Innocent calling from Igbo-Etiti.
You're welcome.
Alex, our problem in this country, more especially in this south, is that the people will give a contract, we don't even know them. You give somebody a contract, he give it to another person. You give a contract of 1 million, you take 500,000. How do you expect that the person will finish the contract and will not even go and supervise the work and find out whether the person will finish the job or not? So the problem will continue unless the people that award the contract will remove their hand from the money they used to award the contract. If they continue taking all this money they used to take from the contractors, there's no way they can finish the job. So if we don't correct all these things, all this rubbish will continue going on in this country. Thank you, and God bless you, sir.
All right, and thank you so much. Call us on 0902-002-0925 or 0809-8888-925. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
What's your name and location?
My name is Francis. I'm calling from Suka.
Francis, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Actually, I have been following your discussions, a very lively one. Actually, the problem with the country, corruption and contradiction, clearly, if you look at it closely, well, the problem of leadership. Until we have a leader who has no skeleton in his cupboard, a leader who has no allegiance to anybody, a leader who is ready to stand up to these people looting our economy, we will persist. But if we have a leader who...
All right, I think we lost him. Do well to call us back. It's 0902-002-0925. Hello, good morning. All right, let's take a few messages from our social media handle on Facebook and on YouTube. We have some messages there. And here we have a message from Cyprian Nicodemus Mwebu. It says, the politicization of contracts in Nigeria is as old as Nigeria itself because our system of government is dead. Well, that was a bit extreme, but that's his thoughts about it. Obon Namada Abuchi Promise says, a great morning to each and every one of you guys in the studio. Good morning to you too. And politics in Nigeria, Ugubandubisi says, politics in Nigeria should be made democratic. Okay. And Chika Mega Art says, greetings. All right. And Obu Romanus Uzochukwu says, they're not really making the points here. Also, Epu Theophilus Chike says, why contracts are politicized in this country is because the politicians have commission to get from any awarded contract They also award contracts to those who will cover their loot. And Mike Agu says, a pleasant morning to all the gentlemen in the studio. Nigeria is absolutely, oh dear. He says he has given up on Nigeria. Please, when you send messages to us, remember, we are supposed to read your messages. And if you want us to omit any part of your message, it means that if you continue writing in a way that is not fit for radio, we will be constrained not to read your message. So please keep it as sane as possible so it can be read on air. And Nwoba Chika Nwoba says, the principle of contract award in Nigeria is one, which is beyond public knowledge. It's a compensation for the contributions of certain politicians at all levels of government in Nigeria. And you are now moving ahead to make an allegation. If you ask you to tender documents to support it now. All right. Cyprian Nicodemus. Okay, we've read your message before. Very quickly, we'll take one more call or two later. But an issue was raised. Is it what is causing this is political compensation, cronyism. Different things are coming up from the comments. Dr. Chukwuba, is this supposed to be the way we should go? For how long are you supposed to continue servicing those relationships people get into in politics to the detriment of what we're supposed to see in terms of contracts?
I will respond to this question by first restating what Ibago said earlier on, even though he didn't say it very clearly when he spoke about INEC as part of the institutional weaknesses that are giving rise to this. You know, when you have a very poor electoral process or system, you know, it gives rise to these kinds of things. Elections in Nigeria is very costly. In fact, it's one of the costliest around the world, the most costliest around the world. You know, people spend money. They go borrowing. Just even local government chairmen go borrowing to ensure, even though governors now appoint local government chairmen, they don't go through normal electoral process.
They sell their properties.
Okay. So, but you see that people spend a whole lot to become governor. Even to get appointed into political office now, people pay huge amount of money to be appointed. So, in that case, if we don't deal with our electoral process system in terms of the people who emerge and how they emerge, the campaign expenditures and all those things, people borrow. Because they borrow, they will still find a way to pay back those loans. And that is where political patronage, cronies, and all that comes in. But beyond that is also the political will, integrity. If you have a man, I've seen people who were sponsored with all the money, and they go in there, they said, no, I am now the state governor. My core responsibility is to deliver democracy dividends to the people. And they begin to work. We saw it in Anambra between Ngige and Eselo. When Ngige realized that his main duty is to the state, to the people, he refused doing those things and started working. So it requires a man with great leadership quality that has strong will and who understands his purpose for being elected into an office to stop this thing. So what I'm trying to say is that we need to address our electoral, the weaknesses in the electoral system. Secondly, we need to put people with strong will and leadership qualities embedded in integrity as those that will serve us in different positions, both elected positions and appointive positions. Secondly is also, we need also, most importantly also, to strengthen our judicial system. This morning I read in China where they are killing 2 persons for taking bribe. I'm not saying we'll have such laws that will kill people, but we can have a law that will serve as a deterrent. If you don't send people to jail, they go to jail 30 years, they won't come out the way those who have been convicted are coming out. They stay there 30 years. And they know, the people know that if you do this and you serve this jail, I will tell you that some of these things will stop.
All right.
Yes.
But we have laws. Why are those laws not taking effect?
You see, Chumba has said it all. He said that the issue and the problem we have in Nigeria is that when a system is put in place, you will see some external influence meddling into it. And that is a very big challenge to our national system. Like, for instance, in INEC that Chimumba spoke about now, if a politician nominates the resident electoral commissioner for a state, do you think that that politician can influence that electoral commissioner in a situation where we don't have electronic voting system? The answer is yes. The answer is obvious. If a politician nominates and successfully places somebody as a commissioner, will he also influence that commissioner? If this young man now is the governor and he nominates me, or he's not the governor but the major influential person in the system, and he nominates me to be the commissioner for works, do you think that if he bring contract big that he will lose it? He cannot. So the problem we have in Nigeria, as I've said earlier on, that our ethnic line has done so bad to us more than good. Because you see in government, clannish sentiment, tribal sentiment coming ahead. That is why we have quota system. I know when Dr. Chuboka will say that one professor is a professor by quota. So in Nigeria, Nigeria is a country where you have quota system. Somebody will score 160 points and another person scoring 210 will not gain admission, but the person who 160 will get. That's a very dangerous system we have in not only in INEC. You look and see our security system. We have a law in place that says Federal Character Commission. In Nigerian security architecture, does it reflect the federal character? The answer is no. So we have a very bad system that everybody would like to circumvent, even households. They would like to circumvent system in the home. Even wife would like to circumvent the husband. So we have a lot of problem in Nigeria. Like Chimoba said, that our judicial system must be strengthened. But how do you strengthen a judicial system? When the other day I heard over the air through social media that a magistrate in Enugu State is being persecuted for taking 20,000 naira bribe. A magistrate. It's very laughable in our judicial system. And you have seen some judges.
Is this a proven case? Are you
making... I am not. I will always appeal to elect not to try me.
Because this is a radio program.
It's a radio program, but it's in the public domain. What I have said is in the public domain. So let the public go and prove it. Not for you to tell me to prove it beyond all reasonable doubt. This is not a judiciary. So the truth of the matter is that we have a very bad system. Some judges have faced corrupt charges, and we are freed by their fellow judges. Do you say that that trial is fair? Do you say that when a judge was discovered to have about 400 and something million naira, from which source did he get that kind of money? From which source will a judge have in his account 400 and something million naira? Even if he is being paid 5 million naira every month. So the truth of the matter is that we have a very bad system in Nigeria that everyone will begin to see. Let the people of Nigeria begin to canvass, begin to ask questions here and there. But the contract system in Nigeria, and in fact, everything about Nigeria is becoming a very big challenge. I don't lose hope in Nigeria, but I believe that this country will come out of all this logjam. We are evolving. And by the day, God will one day bring somebody that will be very fearless, that will be determined, and with the system of all this mess.
Thank you, Bubago. Let's return to the audience. I should say our callers and listeners at home. We have a message from Twitter at Dream925FM. It says, good morning, Alex. I want to ask Bubago if he thinks that the executive arm, the presidency, have the willpower to punish the offenders. Does it mean that Nigeria will keep on moving like this? This country. That's
But let me say, President Muhammadu Buhari said the other time that when he was the military head of state in Nigeria, anybody that is accused of corruption, he will order for the arrest of the person. The person will be in detention, and from detention prove himself innocent before he comes out. But now, not only that he's older, but we have a democratic system where there are a lot of laws, and he is duty bound as now a Democrat to go by that law. So the president cannot just stand up and say, okay, put a Bubago in prison until he proves himself. He cannot do that now. Or say, arrest Ebubaga and Chimuba for saying that corrupt politicians are not being punished. He cannot do that now. There is a system, that is democratic system. But what we are saying is that the institutions of democracy must stand up and rise to the occasion. There are major institutions to democracy. That is the electoral system. It must be strengthened. That is the judiciary. Judiciary will be very fearless in determining cases, no matter who he is. And another thing is the security system. The DSS, the police, the EFCC, the civil defense, all these institutions will help our democracy to thrive. But when you see this, when you see this faulty institution, this institution becoming faulty, like Chimoba said, that some of our institutions were built on a very faulty foundation. How do we do it? We have to put a solid, credible, unbreakable foundation for our nation and for our system. You see, I am very much in disagreement that EFCC will continue to be, the chairman of EFCC will continue to emerge the way it emerged because of what we had. Because the DSS, they rose to the occasion. They did service to Nigeria and they recommended that from the foregoing that Magu is not morally qualified to hear, and they have been vindicated. People became blind and refused to see reasons why Magu should not be appointed. Now, all the reports of DSS, can you say that DSS is one of the best institutions we have in Nigeria? And other institutions should emulate that.
All right, let's quickly take a few calls before we wrap up today on Political Voices. We're talking about the politicization of contracts in Nigeria, the case study of the NDDC. Hello, good morning. Okay, let's try this one. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right. Call us back. Hello, good morning. All right, I think we'll have to wrap it up. The phone lines are, they are not agreeing with us this morning. Yes.
Well, it may not be a system failure. Our network system has been one of the best in working. If the power sector will begin to work as a communication system, we will say at least this radio station will no longer be running with Jen.
All right, Dr. Chimukuba, let's find out what your final thoughts are on the way out of this, because politicization of contracts in Nigeria definitely isn't the way for us to go. Which way should we take?
First is that we need to have a rethink, strategize on the electoral process. The electoral process that is enmeshed in money politics needs to be discontinued. Secondly, in project design, initiation, implementation, and monitoring, we need strong personalities with capacity that are qualified to be in charge of this thing. We need to insulate and isolate this process from political interferences. That needs to happen. Thirdly, is also there should be, I would say law now because we have a lot of laws. We can only give contracts to those who are qualified to do those jobs. In fact, hearing the names of National Assembly and others is a conflict of interest, which ought not to happen. So if you are in a position of authority, in whatever form, you are not supposed to say that we need openness in the contract system. Put it out there in the public. If I know that Ubagi is in charge of the road leading to my house, and this is the specification of that road, I'll be disturbing me. If he does anything that is wrong, I'll call the government people that are responsible and say, Ubagi is not doing this. In fact, the community will even hit Ubagi. The issue is that everything is shrouded in secrecy. So we are talking about openness here also. Fourthly also is that there's need for project monitoring. You don't give a job and go to bed. We need also to ensure that projects that are awarded are being monitored to ensure that what has been given are things that have been executed. Finally, we need to have an independent mechanism that matches the bidding, that is in terms of cost, being quoted and what the market prices should be. Because if you don't have that independent process, a contractor can bid for something naturally that should have been spent at 1 naira. You bid it at 10,000 naira, and people will approve. So if you have an independent process that checkmates such thing, it will also help to reduce the inflation of contract bills and all those stuff.
All right. Abubago Felix Okafo, which way?
Well, I will align myself totally with what Chumuba has said and Chinwike, but I will add that the openness he talked about must also be pursued by the media, both media houses and the entire media system, because there is this freedom of information bill. It ought to be implemented, because I can't see any reason why, just like any reason, Chumuba said that if you know that a bank is doing a contract, he will only ask question when the bill of quantity is made public, that you have to buy this, that you have to do this, that you have to put culvert here, and you have to go pedestrian lane here. And when you don't have that idea, you can't fight. And I recall that in Nuzu 1, there was a contractor that was doing a shoddy job. One of party people went there, confronted it, and told it, and said it was, they arrested him, bundled him. The contractors brought talks. So, but the truth of the matter is that what he said later happened. And that contract, after finishing it, some days it began to shelve. You see, because in every road contract, a soil expert must be there to see where you have muddy area, where there needs to. The government must be open. The local government, you are awarding this contract for this, and make everything about it up so that the citizens can ask questions. Thank you very much. And also go to the judiciary to ask for redress when the contractor is failing. But when these things are not being done, where will the person? Because before you file the matter in court, you must file with proof of evidence. That's what we have now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bubago Felix Okafo, the State Coordinator, APC National Coalition for Peace and Mobilization. Thank you for your time and thoughts on the program this morning. And Dr. Chinwekoba, the Chairman Board of Trustees, Amaka Chinwekoba Foundation, is an economist and a public policy analyst. Thank you for your insight on the program as always. And special thanks to my production assistant, Lotana Okereke, and my producer, Oke Odogu. My name is Alex Obodo. Stay tuned for the Dream FM News at 10. Good morning.
Keep on smiling every day. Keep on living in every way. You found a special place.